It's the worst crisis the country has seen in more than 3 decades. A violent crackdown by police and military in Chile against thousands of demonstrators has left several dead. Thousands of others have been arrested.
The repression has been horrible. They beat a boy to death with clubs. And the media here lies. As always, the rich are sitting on top while we always get stepped on.
Demonstrators blame the government for a long list of social problems, from economic inequality to a growing lack of access to public health care.
There's no medicine, there's no supplies to treat wounds, we don't have enough staff, there is a massive deficit.
According to medical professionals, dozens of protesters have suffered wounds from firearms and have sustained injuries to the face and torso from projectiles like tear gas canisters and rubber pellets. The United Nations, along with international human rights groups, are calling for security forces who have been documented using excessive violence against peaceful protesters to be held accountable.
There have been specific cases not only violating the right to peaceful assembly, but also the right to life and bodily integrity. There have also been cases of sexual assault, things that cannot be tolerated.
On Wednesday, Chile's Sub-Secretary of the Interior said he expects that any alleged human rights violations will be thoroughly investigated.
We are living under a state of emergency and a military curfew, but this doesn't not justify human rights abuses.
While a majority of protests in the country have remained peaceful, there's also been widespread vandalism, and hundreds of businesses have been looted. A military-enforced curfew has been announced for a 5th night in a row and has been extended to other cities of Chile. The concern now, as more people continue to join in the demonstrations and violate that curfew, is that the violence that we've seen over the past few days will only worsen. Between protests that continue to intensify and a government who seems unable to regain the trust of the public, a peaceful solution to the unrest appears to remain out of reach. Manuel Rapalo, Aljazeera, Santiago, Chile.